Hello, hello. I hope you all are having a beautiful day today. The sun was out yesterday and today, and I'm really enjoying it, getting some sunlight. But you are on Tony's Witchy Arts and Crafts, and I'm Tony. Hi, hello. This one will be somewhat of a short video. I just want to share some witchy embellishments for your Book of Shadows. So these ones that I've made kind of require you to be able to draw a little bit. Not requiring anything fancy, just a little bit, okay? And I will start with let's start with the more simpler one. Now, I've shown this one in a previous video, but it is so simple that anyone can do it. Now, this is a great one to put in your Book of Shadows for your goddess moon, the triple moon. It's just a sheet of paper, and then find something to trace a circle 3 times, because you'll need 3 circles, and then out of 2 of the circles you'll have to cut a little crescent moon out of them. Okay. Now this one, let me get my ruler. This one is about 4.5 by 2. So you just need a little strip of paper. Okay, it's really simple. And then you can glue that into your Book of Shadows. This one, you can do this in any color depending on what you like in your Book of Shadows, but it requires another circle, okay, and then just tiny little strips that you can glue into a star pattern, okay. Now you can just glue them on, or you can get really fancy and try to glue them under, making that solid circle, you know. Kind of like this one's probably a little bit better. This one goes over and then under, over and then under, over and then under. Okay. All right, so there's another example that you can make to go in your Book of Shadows. We do a lot of like potion bottles, spell bottles, charm bottles. This one just requires you to draw your own style of bottle, okay? Cut it out once and then put an X across it and use that one as your template so you can trace it over and over and you'll get the same result each time, okay? So you only have to draw it once, cut it out, and use it as a template. So here's one of mine, okay, and I just put a little bit of glitter at the top indicating there's a cork there in the bottle, and then I use either a white pencil or a white marker to give it that highlight. Okay, that's one example. Here's another one. I love doing this one. Okay, this is just a simple like bottle, like wine bottle style. I draw it once, cut it out, and use it as a template. And then all I have to do is just cut the ones I traced out. Put a little glitter at the top indicating that's the top of the bottle. And then what I do is I put sequins down and then put a big piece of tape over the top and then cut around it, and I get this look. I don't know if you guys can see that. Here's a different version. I mean, it's the same style, and I don't quite like how this one turned out. What I did was, to indicate there's liquid in the bottle, I put glue over the top of it, but when it started drying, it dried with a whole bunch of little bubbles in it. And there's sequins inside. So if you guys know how I can get my glue to dry without it bubbling up, please let me know. Okay. But these are all embellishments that you guys can make and put inside your book of shadows. Okay. Here's charm bags. Okay. The charm bags. Now all I do is draw one charm bag, cut it out, and use it as my template for the rest of them. So each time I cut one out, they all look same. I just add different decorations. For this one, I used a tie closure type style charm bag, and then I glue like a little piece of paper across the top, and then put a little embellishment in the middle and little strings on the side to indicate strings. Then I use a pin. I don't know if you can see the pin marks indicating where the fabric's being folded when you know, tie it shut. So I hope the camera's catching that. But there's that. Here's a somewhat simple one too. You want your elements symbols. Now, like I said, I draw one, cut one out, and use it as my template. And then, depending on which way the element goes, that's how you glue it into your book, okay? But they're all the same. See? You just use the colored paper that you need to use for that element. Okay, so there's those. Here's a broom. Now I made this in just a basic color, but I know for different things you might want your broom black or white and black, and so that would be the colors you use, okay? This one I didn't need to draw out and I didn't need to draw or cut out the handle because it's just a simple strip and they're all the same. But the broom end I did draw and then cut out and used it as a template. Once you glue your template on, then you cut the bottoms. Okay. See how they're, and then I just put some lace around the middle to close it off. That's what it looks like on the back. Yeah. Well, I think I'm about ready to have something fall off the wall. Okay, so there's my brooms. Candle clusters. I know we always do deal with a lot of candles and spells that have candles in them. So if you want your page to have candles on it, it's a simple candle cluster. Now, I don't really trace this one besides the flame that goes on there. But let's see. I do make, yeah. So they're 2 inches by a 1/2 inch. So I cut out 3 2 inches long ones, okay? And then the first one I will cut down a little bit, and then the second one I will cut down a little bit so they look like they're stair-stepped. Hope that makes sense. And then I glue the back ones together using another piece of paper, okay? And then the top one, I hope you guys can see that, I'll pop up on some foam so it stands away from the other two. And then I just put some kind of decoration around them, okay? And you can get really fancy with these. Like here's one I've done, okay? This will go on my Samhain page. And this piece right here is removable, but that's how it looks. I put some glitter glue dripping down to make it look like it's melting. And then my flame. And you can draw your flame different ways. Then I add a little bit of marker to give it some depth. But there you go. Alright, well there's some ideas for embellishments for your Book of Shadows. There's probably so much more I can do. Sometimes I have a block and can't think of what to make. So if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section. If they're really good ones, I will make them and film them and tell you how it went. Okay? And I think my next embellishment that I'm going to attempt to make is a fame. So that will be my next one. Oh, I forgot to show you guys these ones. My cauldrons. Now this one, I'm going to modify this one because I don't like the way it looked, but I did want to share it. Okay. Now this one, I drew out the base of it first, cut it out, and used it as my template to make, you know, multiple. And then I cut out another round piece as the handle. And then you got my feet. And then I did something really cool where I put a little slit right here. So maybe I can stick a spoon in there. So there it is. Let me see if I can find a piece of scrap paper here to show you guys. I can stick a spoon down in there. Okay, see it goes through. Okay, so I will be modifying that to make it look better. All right, there you go. That was the last one. Sorry. So please hit like and subscribe. I am brand new, so I'm trying to make my channel grow. And if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Have a good day.